What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We got a special guest today. You don't normally see her on this side, on the bourbon side. She really not a big drinker.
No, I'm not. But hello, everybody. It's good to be here.
But you do, if you watch the cruise side or the vacation side of the channel, you see her on all the cruise videos. She was the one on our last cruise in Alaska. She was eating all the crab up.
I did not.
Yes, she did. Go and look at the video. She ate all the crab up. When we were in Juneau, she ate all the crab up. This my other half. So I brought her on today because we're going to do, as you saw in the title, we're going to do the Penelope Old Fashions. They're pre-mixed. For a long time, I stayed away from pre-mixed cocktails because let's face it, they were not good. And then I kind of started venturing back into them when somebody told me, you should try Bullet Old Fashioned. And I like the Bullet Old Fashions, I do. And I also like that, what was that Deja brought home? A whiskey sour by Bullet. And I just normally get the small bottles, and my child brings home this big bottle. I'm glad it was a big bottle because we drank that shit up, all of it. But I forgot what the Bullet comes in as far as alcohol by volume and proof, but it's pretty good. One of the reasons I stayed away from the premixes for so long is because they did not have any alcohol by volume, and they were horrible. They just weren't good. Especially if you know a good bartender and you're used to getting good drinks, or you make your own old fashions at home, they just weren't good. So I'm in the liquor store messing around and I pick up a Bullet. This was a couple of months ago?
A couple months ago.
And I pick up a Bullet to bring home because you get to the point where sometimes you just don't feel like making it, especially if you've been at work all day, you just want to pour and drink. And one of the clerks at the store asked me when I was at the register, have you tried the Penelope? And I'm like, no, I didn't know Penelope made a premix. So he said, yeah, man, they make it in peach and such flavor. Not only did they make old fashioned, they got all these different flavors. And the price is right. Like, some stores a little higher than those, but the store we generally go to, we get it for $25 a bottle. And they are 80 proof.
Yes.
They are 40% by volume alcohol. They are a strong 80 proof. So they might taste sweet or whatever the flavor is of the bottle. Do not let it fool you. It will put you on your ass. So I like that about it. And he told me, he said, when I asked him, was it good? Because I've just kind of over the last year, if you've seen me and Cousin Tim on the channel, we kind of have dived into Penelopes, and they're pretty good. So I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. And he told me, he said, well, some people like to pour a little extra bourbon into theirs because they think it's too sweet. And I'm like, we'll see. However, I found a remedy for that too. I don't think you need an extra bourbon, but I found a remedy for that, and we're gonna get to it because I got the Glencairns. We're not doing it neat, we're doing it with ice because the bottle says serve chilled or over ice. The first time we got it, we just put the whole bottle in the refrigerator and poured. But I like it over ice. So I've let the ice and the old fashioned dilute a little bit, and we're gonna try it. And first up, we're going to try the peach.
Peach.
I told you she's not used to this side of the this is the peach.
The peach.
And it actually is straight bourbon whiskey with a straight rye whiskey, peach bitters, and maple syrup. It is 40% alcohol by volume. It is 80 proof, and this is a 750 milliliter bottle, or what we old timers call a fifth. So the back says it's crafted for backyard soirees, casual moments at home, and everything in between. It is what you think. It is.
It is.
The Penelope Old Fashioned is made with straight bourbon and rye whiskey, peach bitters, and farm-sourced 100% pure maple syrup. This is our modern take on a classic cocktail, delicious and always ready to pour. Remember I said that sometimes you get home and you want to just pour. You don't feel like mixing. So we're going to start off with the peach. I told y'all she not used to being on the channel. She try grab everything. You know, when me and Cousin Tim are mannerable, we give each other stuff like, like gentlemen supposed to when they drink. Anyway. And general ladies supposed to do when we drink. So anyway, this is the peach. You could see the little ice floating around in it. And I didn't want to use a big cocktail glass with a big cube because it would have took too long to dilute. So we're using the Glencary's. It smells like a peach. What you think?
It does.
It smells like a peach, so it's got a nice color. See, she already ready to drink. I told you she ain't on time like me and Tim. Come on, cheers.
Cheers.
What you think?
I like the peach.
What you like about it?
A good old fashioned. It's not too sweet, and it's not too strong. It's right where it need to be. It got a nice flavor. You get just a little bit of the peach flavor. It's not too peachy. It's not too sweet. It's a good flavor. Good mix.
When I first had it, I thought the peach bitters weren't strong enough, but now I feel a little different about it. It's not as peachy, I would say. Mm-hmm. However, it's probably because we've gotten so used to things being overdone and over-seasoned and too much sensory. But you can still tell it's peach, and you can get the bitters in it now. I'm just having one of them days where my palate is on. So, but it's pretty good. I'm telling you, it will put you on your ass. I would say this. It's kind of like the maple syrup and the peach is fighting for who's going to have the strongest flavor.
Yeah, and I think you get more of the maple syrup.
Exactly. I'm thinking you're getting a little more of the maple syrup than you're getting of the peach. Because, when we talk about a old fashioned, and like the guy told me at the store, a lot of people like to pour whiskey in it because they think it's too sweet. Old fashioned is sweet. It's literally sugar, bitters, and bourbon. And you take a whole cube of sugar and put it in, well, some people do. I don't like mine that way because the sugar never really dilutes into the drink. And when you drink it, you don't get it to the end. You get the bourbon and the bitters. And then at the end, you get all this sugar. And it's not balanced. So I like to use a simple syrup because it incorporates into the drink better. And to be frank, I started watching Anders, and he uses a Demerara simple syrup, and it really kicks it up a notch. So old fashioned is supposed to be a little sweet because it's made with sugar. So with that being said, we're gonna go on to the next bottle. I forgot to tell y'all there are three selections, three expressions of it. We got peach, apple cinnamon, and the next one will be the black walnut, but we're gonna do this apple cinnamon first because I like to call it Christmas in a bottle because that's what it tastes like to me. And it too is 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. It's apple cinnamon old fashioned, straight bourbon whiskey, straight rye whiskey, apple cinnamon bitters, and simple syrup. Now, this one doesn't say that it has the maple simple syrup. I don't think it does because you don't taste it in it. And this your favorite? No, okay. I know what her favorite is. I'm not gonna tell.
Thank you.
This one is probably my least favorite. Not that I don't like it. I like it. It's just my least favorite out of the three.
This is my second favorite.
And when you smell it, it smells like apple cobbler. Mm-hmm. That's why I say it smells. It makes you want to put a cinnamon stick in it. Like, what is it that grandmama used to have at Christmas?
That cider.
That apple cider with the mullein spices
And cinnamon.
and the cinnamon in it. That's what it smells like. I really don't care for the smell of it.
It's a good fall cocktail, or like he said, a Christmas cocktail.
It smells like Christmas. You ready? Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Tastes like apple pie.
You taste no bourbon at all. And that, my friends, is why it is so dangerous. And this particular one, you can barely taste the bourbon. You taste the apple and the cinnamon, and they definitely overpower the bourbon. It's there. You can tell it's there, but it's like fighting for its life in the background. Kind of like I was last week at Eddie's Whiskey Share. I was fighting for my life. One other thing I don't like about it, even though it's diluted, it's thick.
Yeah.
So when you drink it, if you don't put it over ice and let it sit, if you drink it straight out the bottle, it is thick to me. For a cocktail anyway, which normally denotes a lot of high sugar content, right or wrong?
Right.
Yeah, so I like it. I keep buying it. Well, I keep buying it because other people in the house like it too. So I'm kind of for everybody, but it's not my favorite, but I do like it. It's my least of the three. It's my least favorite. But if you get it and you try it, let me know what you think. But I have figured out a way to kind of balance it to where it's not so apple and cinnamon. And no, it's not putting another shot of bourbon in it. But I'm going to show you before we end the video how we do it. Let me get my last hit. It's thick. Too much of that will almost make you sick. Not my favorite. Last but not least.
Is my favorite.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
You told me that what?
I like the walnut, the apple cinnamon, and then the peach. The walnut. Here you go.
She told me that the walnut was not her favorite. The walnut has always been my favorite from day one. It's the first one that we got. And I remember when I brought it home, she looked at it when I showed her. She was like, walnut.
Yeah, but now it has become my favorite.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's no different than the Godfather that we had because it had walnut bitters in it, remember? Anyway, this one is a tad bit different. It's not as high in alcohol. Well, yes, it is. It's only 5% off. It's 38% alcohol by volume, so it's 76 proof. This one is the Black Walnut Old Fashioned, straight bourbon whiskey, straight rye whiskey, and it's got walnut bitters and vanilla demerara syrup. Yeah, so I'm gonna be learning how to make that soon because I do make my own syrups, and that is the Black Walnut. I guess I got it right where you can see it. The bottles are beautiful too.
Yeah, they
are.
The
traditional Penelope wine bottle, but they're not see-through, they're white. And they are beautiful bottles. So and they're kind of colored different, so you ain't gonna mix them up. So this is my favorite.
And mine.
And it's a difference kind of in the color, where I think this was I say it's a little lighter than that, than the apple cinnamon. We really had to do it without the ice diluting it, but I think it's a tad bit lighter, a smidgen. So here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is the one.
Yes.
Doesn't overpower the palate. Mm-mm. You can taste the walnut. You can taste the vanilla. It's still light on the bourbon. I think the peach is the heaviest with the bourbon taste.
The peach is my least favorite.
The black walnut is my favorite, and then the peach. And it's not I mean, it's like, but the apple cinnamon is my least favorite, but the black walnut and the peach are my favorite. The peach, you do get more bourbon.
Yeah.
And
the peach is fighting for its life to come through as a flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fighting for his life to come through. But this one is definitely my favorite. And we took some of this to a Christmas party Friday night. Yeah, we took some to a Christmas party Friday night. And it's like, no, you ain't got to mix it. Just put some ice in the glass, pour and drink. And, you know. It's not as thick. It's got the consistency of what an old fashioned should be when you make it at home or go to a bar. But again, it's got simple syrup or it's got sugar in it. It's gonna get thick. So yeah, this one is kind of, to me, this one is on the money. Yeah. It is on the money, and I'm kind of like an old fashioned fanatic. And again, she doesn't drink as much, but she likes an old fashioned.
Like a good old fashioned.
She like them when I make them, and if we can find a bar that makes them good. We have been to bars and they have been absolutely horrible.
Horrible.
I had one and she looked at me when I drank it because I think my face said it, and I sat it down and I didn't drink it, and she, what's wrong with it? I said, you taste it. And she tasted it, and it tasted like cheap bourbon and bitters. Mm-hmm. And it had an orange in the glass, and I'm like, and I really wanted to go to the bartender and ask him, how did you make this? And let me teach you how to make a proper old fashioned. But I left it alone. And, you know, we've been on ships on the Alaskan cruise. Did I talk about it on the video?
I think you did, but I know you talked about it on one of the bourbon videos that y'all did as well, but I'm not sure. I think you did on the Alaskan video.
We were on Princess, and I couldn't get a good old fashioned to save my life. And I think I had two good old fashions. One was on the front end of the cruise where we were not on the cruise ship. We were on the pier. What was the name of that place?
Was it Eddie's, Oliver's, something? It was a seafood restaurant.
It was a seafood restaurant. It was oysters. It was an oyster house.
Yeah.
Watch the video and watch the video.
Food at the restaurant is absolutely amazing.
It is, yes. And they had an old fashioned. There was what was it? It wasn't peach.
Wasn't it like a jalapeno?
No.
It was, you sure?
Yes, it wasn't nothing spicy. It was a fruit. Anyway,
it was good.
It was good. It was very good. It was very good, and it kind of set the tone for the trip. This was the night before embarkation. So after I had that old fashioned, I'm looking for good old fashions, right? 7 days on the Discovery Princess, and it was the last day on the ship before I got a decent old fashioned that I would have went back to. And that wasn't even at one of the ship bars. It was in one of the restaurants at Rudy's. I think I talked about this on the last video with me and Tim. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do this. We got a sailing coming up in March for my birthday. I turned the double nickel, and it's about 12 of us, and we're doing our first voyage on Virgin Voyages. Fuck them kids. I'm getting the shirt too. Fuck them kids. So
not like we got a small child, but anyway.
our child almost 30. Tried to get her to go. She told me too many old people going. Anyway, cousin Tim going. So we gonna do some bar hopping. Well, I got some more of my drinking buddies. And if I can, because I get on cruises and I get off track, because I always tell you, man, if you ain't doing this for a living, enjoy your vacation. It's cool to vlog and da-da-da-da-da, but sometimes you have to put the camera down and enjoy your vacation. Mm-hmm. So we going to do some bar hopping. Me and cousin Tim have already planned it. We are in search of the best old-fashioned on the ship. So look out for that. And yeah, that's gonna be a good time. I'm counting down the days. I'm skipping Christmas thinking about my birthday. And we got what? 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
What, to Christmas?
2 weeks to Christmas.
Yeah, because today is the 7th.
Yesterday was her birthday.
So it's 15. Today's the 7th, 18 days to Christmas.
So pass me the glass. So which one do you want to do it with when I fix it? The peach?
Yeah,
because it seems to be the one that's struggling the most. So got a glass with some ice. We're going to do the peach. My magic remedy, instead of pouring more bourbon into it, because this is what I feel is missing. This is my opinion. If you had it, let me know in the comments. If you doctor it up, how do you doctor it up? Mm-hmm. And I've actually thought about hitting it with a little more bourbon. I haven't tried it yet because I tried this one and I'm like, okay, that should do it. So bring it outside. The star of the show today, other than the Penelope, is Angostura bitters. So we're going to take the bitters, and it does not take a lot. Don't put 2, 3, 4 drops in like you're making it. 1 dash should do it. Start off with 1 dash and taste it. And if 1 dash isn't enough, go back. You gotta stir it up. And look, I don't know if you can tell, but that 1 dash changed the color.
The color of it.
It changed the color. So, you wanna go first? Because I know what it tastes like. I don't think you did it yet. And when we were at the whiskey share, they had chocolate to cleanse your palate. And
I don't like that.
I'm not doing the chocolate. It's too sweet to go with all the bourbon we was drinking. I'm gonna stick with water. Even though I know chocolate is a cleanser, I'm gonna stick with the water.
You still don't get a lot of the peach, but to me, it's better.
It tastes more like an old-fashioned now than just a sugary peach drink. Mm-hmm. It tastes more like an old-fashioned.
But it's still not my favorite, even with the bitters.
1 dash is all it takes. Not a heavy dash. Doesn't take a lot. I like it with this. I can actually stick with this. And I don't think I'd add no more because I mean, the whole purpose of buying the pre-made is so you don't have to make, so you can just come home and have you a drink.
Or if you hosting a party, you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about mixing drinks. That's the whole purpose. Just pull them out. And I think they're good for parties when you don't have a bartender, because let's face it, I got to the point where when we entertain, if it's just 2 or 3 people, I don't mind making drinks. But if you five people or more, is too much. Yeah. You will never sit down, because as soon as you make a drink, somebody else want one because they don't polished it. So yeah, they are excellent for when you have events at your house, or when you come home and you want to pour a drink and you don't feel like mixing one. So that's one of the reasons why I really haven't tried to put extra bourbon or doctor it up anymore, because if I'm gonna do all that, I might as well just make me one.
Right.
Period. So I like this one. And with that being said, we're gonna get out of here. Look for cousin Tim to be back next week. We're gonna do Frank August. I have a single barrel, 120 proof, and we're gonna do the regular Frank August, which is, I'll let her tell you about it. If you had one word to describe that Frank August, because I took a bottle at the Whiskey Share, and the Whiskey Share was so cool because it's like, you bring your bottle and you have to know, describe what you're bringing, know a little history of it. So I brought the Frank August, and tell them about Frank August.
It's smooth. I can't remember the proof on it, but it was
100.
It was 100 proof.
It's 100 proof.
It was pretty smooth, and I am not a bourbon drinker, but I would definitely drink.
She's not a bourbon drinker at all. And we actually had more women at the at the Whiskey Share than we did men, did we not?
Yes, it was. It was a nice event.
We had one that was kicking everything's ass. That was this sweet potato bourbon.
We're going to find it.
I got a picture of it. I roll it in the B-roll up here. It's a sweet potato bourbon, and it is very, very good. Yes, it is very good. I want to say it's made right over in West Helena, Arkansas. Don't quote me on that. I'll tell you when I get a bottle.
It was only like 90 proof, but it was
good. It was very good. You could taste the sweet potato in it. And I know somebody said, "Oh, that's got." Trust me, it was not overpowering. It's like it was almost balanced. Perfect.
And it will probably be good in a sweet potato
pie
or sweet potato casserole.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yes, yeah. And so that was the leading one of the night. And we had all these other ones like Bardstown, which that Bardstown is good. I think Mario bought the Bardstown. The Bardstown is good. However, when it was my turn and the Frank August came up, the whole room lit up. And they'd already made up their mind that nothing was going to be number one over the sweet potato pie. We actually got to arguing about it. Because they said, okay, the Frank August is number 2 because everybody loved it. And I think it was it the comedian? What was her name? Ashante. Was it Ashante that said, Frank August should be number 1? And we actually got to arguing in a good way about the sweet potato bourbon and the Frank August, which one was number 1 and number 2. But anyway, stay tuned for that. Me and cousin Tim gonna talk about it, and we gonna drink. Maybe Sandra come back for the Frank August.
Maybe
Santa come back from the Frank August, or Curtis. Curtis was over yesterday. He went out with us yesterday. We took Santa to brunch, and Curtis came back over to the house. He brought her a gift. It was a gag gift. It was hilarious too. And
it was not all gag.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And so I'd already, when I bought the single barrel, I busted the seal. And I killed a neck pour Friday before we went to the Christmas party. Because y'all know how we are about the neck pour. Oh, my God. So Curtis came over, and I told him to get him a pour. And it opened a little more up, so it's breathing. So in the next week or two, me and Tim we're going to get both of them. They don't have time to breathe and open up. And because the Frank August that I took to the whiskey share, I bought maybe 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks. I bought it about 3 weeks before we went to the whiskey share. So it had a little time to breathe, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So until then, stay tuned for the next video. Look at the videos that I have linked on this one at the end. Y'all have a Merry Christmas if we don't see you before then. But we'll have another video out before Christmas. And we probably gonna sit here in Santa hats and drink bourbon and whatnot. But anyway, y'all have a good Christmas. Y'all be safe out there, especially if you're on the highway, on the roads. Remember, there's more people out during the holiday period, and it gets more dangerous. So y'all be careful. If you're party responsibly. Get you a designated driver like I had at the whiskey share.
Yes.
I'm telling y'all, I was fighting for my life. Me and Cousin Tim, we're going to talk about it on the next one. I'll get Curtis, and all 4 of us will come over, and we'll talk about it.
Well, Curtis wasn't at the whiskey.
Curtis wasn't there. Well, maybe we can get Mario.
Maybe so.
Maybe we'll get Mario. Mario will probably come over and we'll talk about it. Because oh my goodness, I was fighting for my life. Little Bud was sitting next to me on the couch, sleep. Timmy was sitting there giggling. He ended up riding home with us because Sandra was our designated driver. And oh my goodness, yeah. But we'll talk about it. But it was a damn good time. It was a very good time.
It's always a good time with friends.
Yeah, always. But until then, y'all have a good time. Until then, be careful, be safe, drink responsibly, because it's the holidays, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye.